I lost a brake. Just the right brake is just really spongy. Bad. It's not good. No. Wouldn't be prudent to continue the flight. This channel is about working on aircraft and flying those airplanes. So come take a seat and let's go for a flight. This has been, I've been planning this route for quite a while, this northern route, and it is very weather dependent because we're going through a couple different regions that are usually pretty drastically different as far as the weather is concerned. So we'll see how this one works out, and we'll catch them when we come back. All right. Mags mixture. Well, so that's what you call adapting to conditions. I lost a brake. Just the right brake is just really spongy. Bad. So what happened here is I started getting the right brake was a little spongy. I went up to Arlington to get some gas, and this right here, that's brake fluid. So I have a brake that's leaking, which is really bad for a tail dragger. I mean, it's bad in any vehicle, but especially a tail dragger. Whew. And the taxiing was really, man, it was crazy because I couldn't really control. I mean, I could use, you have a limit, you have some authority with the rudder, because the rudder is actually tied together with the tail wheel back here. So when the rudder moves back and forth, when you push right rudder and the rudder goes to the right, it pulls on this spring and pulls the tail wheel this way in this direction, so it'll turn to the right. So right rudder turns right, left rudder turns left. It's probably gonna be the shortest video I've ever made, and because I really didn't have cameras rolling, I was actually anticipating turning everything on when I got closer to Port Angeles, but that's not going to happen now. So I've already serviced that brake. It kind of did it to me before, but not quite as bad as it did today. And so I just kind of wrote it off as maybe some air in the line or something. So now that I've got fluid leaking all over the place, it's time to start breaking into the inside of the airplane and get that fixed. Hello there. Well, found the problem. It happens to be right up in here. This is the B-nut that hooks to this soft tubing that flexes back and forth while you're actuating as the pedals move back and forth this way. That nut right there was leaking just a little bit, so backed it off and then retorqued it. We're gonna bleed the brakes and then see if that fixes the problem. But that's what I found, was this was not fully tight when I did the wrench check on it. Back behind the pedal, that's the top of the master cylinder. So when you push on the top of the brake, you can see it pushes that plunger down. There's no fluid in it right now because I still need to bleed the brakes. As that cylinder pushes down, it puts pressure on the hydraulic fluid that's in all the lines, which then causes the calipers to squeeze on the brakes. It's just fluid dynamics, my friends. Fluid dynamics. So we'll bleed the brakes, do a test, make sure we got good feel on the pedals and everything is adjusted the way it's supposed to be, and then close it all back up. Might be able to go up and salvage the rest of this beautiful day. So what we're gonna need here is a 1/4 inch. Just gonna slightly open that up. These brake bleeders are awesome. Take two. All right. The best and easiest way to bleed your brakes is with a power bleeder. What this does is this vessel is pressurized with this handle, and it forces the fluid out through this hose and up through the rest of your system into your reservoir, thus eliminating any air leaks. Because air is compressible, fluids are not, i.e. Hydraulic fluid. So what we do here is we get that on there. Now I've already taken my wrench and I've already loosened up my fitting here. So I'm just going to tighten this down right onto that. So I've got a valve here. I want to make sure that's closed to start. That's snug. And then just a couple of pumps, because this will come out toot sweet. I mean, really toot sweet. So open that up. And then I have a one of those wireless cameras, and it's looking right through the hole on the top of the master cylinder. So I can sit here and watch to make sure, and now I can see fluid coming into the cavity, and as the fluid's getting pushed up, it's taking any air up and pushing it up through the top of the reservoir on the master cylinder. Ready here, turn this off. Not there. And what I'm going to do is, if I can do this without messing up the camera, try to make a mess here. Alright, that's close enough. That's off. Nice and snug. Just got to double check the level in the reservoir, and then I'll pump the brakes and make sure they feel good, but they should be solid. Every time I've done this, I've never had any problems with any air in my system, so it's been pretty bulletproof. So anyway,